NewGenGamers.com.
Yes, before there were video games, there was pinball. And then when there was video games, there was video pinball. And here it is in all of its glory. And the ball seems to be made of rubber.
Yeah, it's more like a bouncy ball than a pinball. I've never seen pinball physics like this.
Yeah, this game... Wow. Let's just see how long this goes.
Oh, this is kind of entertaining.
I think we broke the game.
I think we did. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Well,
just let it go.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here a little bit. It really doesn't have very good pinball physics, and it doesn't really appear or seem much like a pinball game that I've played, except that it has flippers.
NES pinball was fun. I remember a few pinball games through the years that were actually pretty decent.
Well, we'll get to them, but on the Atari...
Now, on the Atari, I guess this was the best representation of video pinball they could do at the time. I think Coleco made one that was, I think, better. I'll have to check through the libraries here, but one of the other competing consoles made a killer pinball game.
Oh.
I mean, that system sure played a mean pinball. That was an obscure song reference if you didn't catch it.
To The Who!
That's right.
We're gonna do some throwbacks.
That's some horrible physics, I have to admit.
Yeah, it just kind of goes
kind of does its own thing. This was a game you basically got drunk and played. If, you know, people did that back then. I'm sure they did, because people do that now. I mean...
What else do people do?
I don't know. What did people do back in the day? What?
They got drunk and got pussy.
While they were playing Atari?
No.
I guess Atari was kind of like a family console.
That's what they did in between.
Yeah.
I really don't know about the family thing, though. I really don't imagine many dads really giving a shit. You know? Most aren't going to sit there and watch their kid engage in these activities that they really couldn't care about.
Well, see, that was before the NES era when it really went to the kids. Like, back then, there were all kinds of adults inside the arcades. It's kind of weird how it all worked. It started out as family, and then it just changed to kind of just this kids-only thing when Nintendo showed back up on the market, and everyone was thinking of games still as a toy. Because the earliest systems tried to sell themselves as computers as well, so you could do everything on them. Kind of like today's machines do.
Yeah, it seemed like during the late 80s and 90s, they kind of went away from that.
And made everything basically just a game machine.
But, yeah, I mean...
Well, that was enough of pinball. Let's try out something else. I mean, I've got some of these titles. I did get some third-party stuff here, so we'll tear through those here in a bit. Those were later titles. Because I also have some titles that came out after the system's death, when it was being pushed as a kind of a retro console. And when it was pushed as a retro console, they actually produced some new games for it. Well, I don't know how new they were. They were more like stuff that they weren't able to sell after the crash. So they repackaged it with the Junior and pushed it out that way, you know, even with the compatibility with the 7800. Because Atari actually made one of the first backwards compatible consoles with the 7200. Or the 7800, 7200. What the hell am I saying? 7800. I'd love to get one of those up and working. That would be nice. Because those 7800 cartridges were half-decent games. Like, there was a port of Robotron on that, which worked really well. Remember Robotron 2084?
Nope.
The one where you shoot all the robots. It had the multi-directional thing. It was a Midway game. I'll have to show you that one. They have it on the Live Arcade.
I don't know.
It's probably in the book, too. Now notice that there was really no color change in difference there. This was an absolutely horrid game. Mainly due to the fact that it was programmed so badly that you couldn't tell the difference between what was a ghost and what was it. They almost look like shadows that are glitching. I mean, it was abysmal. Yeah. This was one of the ones that drove people away. This was one of the ones that killed the industry.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you'd never played Pac-Man before, it would be pretty decent, but, you know, if you'd played the arcade game, you can tell the obvious downgrade.
Pac-Man being one of the most popular games of all time at that point. Most people that wanted the game had played it.
Yeah, not many people were buying it and trying it for the first time on the Atari 2600.
Everyone, and one of the most infamous statements came from this game too. They made more copies of Pac-Man than there were systems made, because they made the comment that people would want to play it on their boat. If that doesn't tell you that Atari was slightly out of touch with their consumer base, I think that would pretty much cover it right there.
I should have finished the level.
I tried to. The stupid thing, I glitched, killed it. He killed me. Yeah, but this game's known for one of the most infamous quotes in history, where they said that people would buy it for their boathouse. And it's also known as the proprietor of the statement that...
What do you mean, Ray? I've got 3 of them for my boathouse.
I got 3 of them too, but I think I paid 10 cents a piece for them. Not $50 a pop. This is also the one that gave us the statement that we can put shit in a cartridge statement, and people will buy it. Congratulations, this is the crap that they put in the cartridge.
And you're still playing it.
That's because I'm not bad at it. My grandma had this game back in the day. I don't know, I just wanted to get my rant out before I finished it. And the sound effects are horrible too.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite the bumping beats of the arcade original.
It's kind of more like a grinding.
So that's how they did it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill him.
So there's Pac-Man.
Yeah, there's Pac-Man. We're sorry we had to subject you to that one, but we couldn't do it without not having this game on here.
Hello and welcome to Asteroids 101, where you'll be learning from experts on the subject. From me, Professor von Busch, and the Atari Video Computer System, 13984 at Toys R Us. Now, should you pass this course, we'll go on to these Atari game cartridges, 1887 to 3697 at Toys R Us. Helmut, I hope you've been paying attention, because I'm going to give a pop quiz later. Could I have some of your seeds?
DJGamers.com